for our next speaker. Our next speaker is Edwin Perez. He is from Puerto Rico. He has been a nurse for the past 17 years, mostly in the oncology and wound care area. He is the only clinician for our second infusion center at TGH Cancer Center in Riverview. Outside TGH, he's a family man with a beautiful wife and two wonderful children. He spends a lot of time being an active church member and doing community service. As part of his new position as a clinician, he likes to lead by example and foster new leaders. Let's welcome Edwin reading at the TGH Cancer Center Institute, No One Fights Alone.
Thank you. Since my arrival at Tampa General Hospital in August 2015, my life and my way of viewing my profession changed completely. This hospital has taught me that in the midst of adversity, we are, and we will continue to be strong and innovate. I feel very proud to be part of an institution where each employee can grow and have the support not only for their colleagues and leaders, but also the entire organization supporting us to create a difference not only for our patients, but also for their employees. That is why I want to tell you about this wonderful experience. And I hope that this story can motivate you to want to grow and be an agent of change. My story began in September last year when I was given the opportunity to help expand our Cancer Institute from the Main to Riverview. This time, I was going to be the clinician in charge at the clinic, and it all began with another nurse and me. We had concern about what the clinic would be like and how it would grow. I wanted to create a culture in which all existing and future clinics could be shaped after. As we began acquiring all the nurses, I sat down with each of them and we began to think on different ways to do the same task more efficient and safety. With this concept, each employee create different ways to care for our patient without compromising the time each patient needs to be treated. One day, a patient that was to receive his first treatment felt afraid and sad since his partner could not be with him because the number of COVID-19 kept increasing. His partner was arguing and demanding to be with the patient or else they were not going to proceed with the treatment at our facility. It was a very difficult situation since the life of this patient depended on this treatment. At the same time, we had to follow the hospital policies. As humans, we all want our loved ones by our side to feel safe, especially when the battle is against cancers. No one wants to fight alone. After an hour of listening to them and discussing the situation, I asked him, what do I have to do for him to let your partner take the treatment? He looked at me in the eyes with tears in his eyes and told me, as long as you make sure he will not be fighting alone, I will leave him with you. I held his hand and said to him, at TGH Cancer Institute, no one fights alone. I will always be with him and make sure that he has the best possible experience throughout his treatment. I kept my word, and the patient started getting his treatment. Another day, we have a similar situation, and that particular patient was in the waiting area. He told the other patient, I know how your first day of chemo can feel scary, intimidating, especially if your loved one are not there with you to fight your side. Well, call Edwin. He will help. He say, I still remember those words that he says to me. And I know that when you walk through those doors, you will realize why at TGA no one fight alone. And he told me how those words had influence on his treatment in the most positive way, and at the same time inspire other patients to have the same result. He made me think on the way to communicate the same message to other patients. I decided to create a logo that can represent who we are and what our mission is in our institution. That's why we decide to be a place where no one will fight alone, where we support our patient in this process. I create a logo to place on their shirt and all the staff wear them on the last day of their treatment. Every time we wear this shirt, It shows our support. It represents that we are celebrating with them. Our goal is to motivate all the patients to create an anticipation that we will share them on the same way on their last day of chemo. We also made t-shirts to give to the patient to commemorate that day. Our director liked the concept, and now our small dream, hard work, will be an official logo and shirt in all our clinics, bringing the message of hope for our staff, patient, and family that at TGA Cancer Institute, no one fights alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin. I've seen the logo. It's actually in your booklets if you guys want to look where it says "No one fights alone." I think that that is excellent. If you guys were here earlier, I talked about, how the nurse comforted me that my brother didn't die alone. And so the story resonated with me. And I think when you have a cancer diagnosis and having somebody who's there to fight with you and comfort you, especially in times with COVID and how we've had all the restrictions. So I think that this is great. So thank you very much.